Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to the white adjacent podcast episode on air. Check this intro out. And somewhere in the world, a lefty head just exploded from what I just said.
Absolutely.
Okay. Press that button, man. Anyway. All right.
I thought you added some more effects to it. I was looking forward to it.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, hey.
What's up, everybody?
What's happening? Glad to be here.
Yeah, man. Glad you came.
Hell yeah.
Glad you guys came. All right. So what's going on with everybody?
Not a whole lot. We still got we're still doing business party obviously every Wednesday. So yeah, check that's Mama J, obviously, co-host, and hopefully Davey comes on in a little while, the other co-hosts that we have. But for anyone who hasn't seen us yet, Business Party Podcast, we go 7 p.m. Central on YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, all that, and Rumble just took down our last episode, so that's always good. They like to do that. But yeah.
Oh yeah, which last episode that was? I'm sorry.
We had Kelly on. Was it her handle Beautiful Mistake? She was on. Yeah, she was on last one. But I got really freaked out for a second because I was like, why am I hearing double? Blah blah blah. I had YouTube up at the same time. So if you saw me being like, what the fuck?
That's we're hearing it going back and forth.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I know technology.
Yeah, I was okay. So that got taken off of, you said Rumble?
YouTube.
What are you kidding me?
And it was only like we mentioned Saturday Night Live, and they dinged us for that. Didn't even play anything from Saturday Night Live. Wow. And what else?
Well, we did play the ISIS skit with
okay
Johnson on that one.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, yeah. So like, if you even like play anything from them or like mention certain things, they take your shit down now. YouTube is pretty horrendous with some shit. But
yeah,
so they're getting worse.
Yeah,
essentially, they're getting worse.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I think every time Stevie and I did anything on Weekend Hangover, I would always get. I like don't even check my Weekend Hangover email anymore because it's always like YouTube says that you need to take this down. I'm like.
Yeah.
No, we'll just stay on Rumble. That's fine.
I did Simple Math and Simple Science on YouTube, and I got axed with 250,000 subscribers.
Oh,
all for doing Simple Math and Simple Science, and it's just done.
That's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, it was. But hey, that's Google, And then I thought Spotify would be good, but no, they took down several episodes for talking about the everything that happened in 2020 and beyond that. They took down probably 8 episodes, which was absolutely infuriating.
That's getting ridiculous. I mean, Rumble's not bad so far. They're pretty good. It seems like they don't really take stuff down, but I'll say that like their user interface and discoverability isn't the best. Right, but beyond that, it's a pretty decent platform.
Yeah, you got to be Dan Bongino or the top 3 names on there to get any type of traction.
Right.
But there's still some good stuff on there. I enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that sometimes, though, if you go on the live, sometimes there's like things on there that there's only like 20 people or so watching, so you can find other things. But mostly it's like Biz knows my favorite stuff, watching gameplay or whatever whatever the kids are calling it nowadays. I don't know. Watching people play video games.
Yeah. Why?
I know. Anytime Biz starts talking about video games, I'm like, all right, I'll see you later. Bye.
She's like, I gotta
go. Speaking of video games, I was talking to my son, and Helldivers it looks pretty good.
Oh, Helldivers 2 is awesome. It is the shit. It's probably
Wow.
one of the funnest games I've played in a long time, and it's hilarious. All the amazing propaganda that gets spewed out of it, like you're blowing up planets, being like spreading managed democracy. Like it's like, yeah, I don't think that's quite democracy, homie, but all right, you know.
Oh, shoot. Is that what they call it these days?
Yeah, right.
That's
All right.
that wordplay we were talking about right there.
Mhm.
Words have
Yeah.
meanings.
Mhm.
So let's call everything a democracy, and the
Oh.
sheep will let it happen.
One thing I think that is awesome in the game, they started releasing like other armors and shit. They put out one that's like blue, almost like UN armor. And
Mhm.
everybody's been like saying anyone who has that, it's shooting on sight. Because there's friendly fire in the game. So motherfuckers have been mowing them down. And like the devs from Helldivers have been like, all right, come on, we get it. But like, if you can just let them go around, everyone's like, no. We're going to keep shooting these motherfuckers. That's
Might be
great.
worth
I like
trying.
it. Right.
Oh yeah, guys, thanks for as a matter of fact, thanks for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Mhm.
Got that. Davey's on assignment right now, but he
Yeah.
he may be in actually making a visit, guys. So all right, so to go ahead and get this going, I found the page. It said it was under definition.
Mhm.
So anyway, I wanted to go over the term alien here because I'm not hearing the correct terminology used for illegal aliens or immigrants, or you know,
Right.
it's not to sound racist. I'm not trying to be racist here, but it is what it is. It's about that wordplay that we were talking about, Bex. Oh yeah, there. I was like, is that Mama Jake? Where's that coming from?
I
Like,
got my
hey,
soundboard. Got my soundboard going all good. So
Oh,
yeah.
I like it.
Got it. So yeah, so the term alien, which you guys can see here in the audience,
Mhm.
means any person not a citizen or natural of the United States. Nowhere do I see undocumented citizen, nor do I see what else the terminology that they want us to use, our government.
Undocumented
Newcomer?
workers, newcomer,
Yeah, newcomer.
asylum seekers, asylum. That's
Yes,
AOC's
asylum
favorite.
Yeah.
seekers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's why I want to go, because this is going to be a segue to what we were discussing backstage, ladies and gents. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but a outrage, as New York Post wrote, outrage as high school student is suspended just for using the term illegal alien in discussion.
That's fucking. Dude, that's like so 1984. You know, like you're gonna get busted for using a term that's actually in the books, like right there that we're looking at, alien. You know, like, and he's
Yeah.
illegal. So
Yeah, and the thing about it is, I'm gonna tell you a quick story. Okay, I remember it's weird because I remember it's my probably story. It's stored in my long term memory. But anyway, fourth grade, I was given a picture to actually the color. I mean, basically the whole class was given a picture of George Washington.
Mm.
Oh yeah, you know what Joshua did?
Hmm.
Take a guess. Take a guess. I painted him black. I colored him black and I gave him blue eyes. And I'm like, the teacher was like, everybody was laughing. So you know, whatever. You know, they oh, good one, bro. You know, because they used to call me bro back in the days. And I'm like, oh, and then so I got so the teacher's like, why did you do it? I say, hey, you never know, you know what I mean? You could have had a son or something like that. So, anyway,
there you go.
Yeah. So anyways, I got in school suspension, ISS, if, you know, for you people out there that don't know, you know. So
That's
I got suspended, you know.
You got in school suspension for doing that.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I got, you know, yeah, I got that, but hey, you know, but it is what it is, you know. I was told the color, you know, but didn't say what color, so I just painted, I just colored them black.
Right.
Oh my
I mean,
god. Well, it's like with this story that you're talking about. The teacher had given a kid an assignment about aliens, and the kid
Mhm.
asked, "Do you mean space aliens or illegal aliens without a green card?" That's
Yeah,
what he got suspended for.
exactly.
Ah,
So
And some other kid got pissed and wanted to fight him over it too.
yeah,
Wow.
okay. So it says a 16-year-old North Carolina high school student says he was suspended just for saying illegal alien while discussing word meaning in English class. Oh, diary.
Wow.
Possibly ruin his chances of landing a college sports scholarship.
right.
So it says,
Well, all he has to do is just change his name and pretend that he's a woman, and then he can get a female sports scholarship.
ain't that the truth? his mother, Leah McGee, said his teacher had given an assignment that used the word alien, and Christian asked, like, space aliens or illegal aliens without green cards. So another student reportedly took offense and threatened to fight Christian. So the teacher took the matter to the assistant principal, according to Carolina Journal.
The other kid across the class is like, "What?
Yeah.
How dare you?"
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, go ahead, Mama J.
I was just gonna say real quick, there was a huge story about a year ago in North Carolina about a bunch of illegals actually going to be transported here or over to Greensboro to an old school. They were like trafficking kids like
Damn.
to Greensboro for
Mm.
Greensboro, North Carolina. And like I just read it and then nobody said anything else about it.
Wow. Wow, really?
Just a side
Yeah.
note, I saw that earlier, that middle article, George Soros is paying student radicals who are fueling nationwide explosion at the colleges, blah, blah. I just wanted to point that out real quick, but it's kind of like we all probably knew that, but it's kind of funny that now it's like out in mainstream news. It's like we all kind of knew that,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
I've been saying it
But
for
yeah.
years.
Mm-hmm.
So Christian was like, I didn't make a statement directed towards anyone. I asked a question. Christian told the outlet. I wasn't speaking of Hispanics because everyone from other countries needs green cards, and the term illegal alien is an actual term that I hear on the news and can find in the dictionary. He added. It's also in Title 8.
Mm-hmm.
And this kid just gonna, you know what I mean? He's gonna lose a scholarship for just asking a freaking question. Like, are we like that soft now?
Right.
He needs to fight it for sure.
Yeah.
They have to as hard
What
as
is
hard as they
that?
can.
What is it called? American Legal or whatever? Who was it? It was like
American
someone that
Civil-
used to be I can't spell word shit. Hold on.
You're good.
Okay, I'm laughing at myself. Okay. No. It's maybe is it Stephen Miller? No. There's like a former Trump aide started like this whole thing called like American Legal Defense or something, and now they could take up like cases for like First Amendment and stuff for free for people.
Hmm.
I know what you're talking about. I've heard of it, but
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it either. So I'm right there with you.
That's pretty cool though. I like that.
Yeah. It says here too, it's like, because of his question, our son was disciplined and given 3 days out of school suspension for racism.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, label. See, that's why I've been saying from the jump. They're making people racist by labeling them racist because, you know what I'm saying, just for something stupid like this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think the kid that got pissed at him is racist because who's to say that every illegal is Hispanic?
Exactly.
Like the kid said. And by the way, it's America First Legal.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, and then it says if she said, I guess this is the mother and her she said she and her husband told assistant principal that illegal alien is a term their son can look up in the dictionary. And this what kind of really irritated me a little bit.
Is a term used as a federal code as a term that hurt for like, dude, come on.
Yeah, exactly. Free what's his name? Mr. McGee there, because this is just ridiculous. This what irritated me. It said Republican State Senate Steve Jarvis said he has contacted the school district superintendent about the matter, but he has not yet taken a stance on what should be done. Dude, grow some balls, bro. Like,
yeah, what should be done is nothing. To be honest,
Yeah,
like the kid should be left the fuck
Yeah.
alone.
yeah. I mean, it's election season anyway, so I mean, I can, I can understand, I don't know the whole story, but then just say you don't know the whole story instead of just
Right.
like, oh, I can't take a stance just yet, that kind of thing. Dude, this reeks bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So-
grandstanding season. Just watch out. Every little thing's gonna come out now. And like
True.
Yeah,
everyone's gonna be
Mhm.
asking people to have a stance on something or another on every little issue that comes out.
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
They got to ease
Yeah.
up. We're not going to have an October surprise.
Right.
I know, right? Maybe it would actually be real aliens this time.
Yeah.
Who knows?
That'd
And
be
they
all
will
Oh,
right.
run for
man.
president and win.
Don't throw
I
me
will
with a
put up
good
my
time.
hand and ask to go.
Right? It is
Oh,
true. It's
man.
like one of those, like, take me to your leader. We're gonna be like, you sure? We're gonna laugh pretty hard.
Yeah. Oh man, he said the student handbook says that schools may place restrictions on a student right to free speech when the speech is obscene, abusive, promoting illegal drug use, or is reasonably expected to cause a substantial disruption to the school day. The Carolina Journal reported.
Which none of that is that.
Mm-mm.
It-
Mm-mm.
Exactly. Agreed. Yep.
This is like, this is where the like people. There's a lot of the time where like whenever shit like this happens, we always get well, when did things start going wrong in the country? Where did this start happening at? How did it get to this point and everything else? And the thing that doesn't get mentioned enough is the long march through the institutions, because we all know that it's in the education system. Mainly it does come from like top down, which would be colleges down to the lower.
Mhm.
But now it seems to be getting more into high schools and everything else, and that's usually with all these like younger professors that have graduated that have come in now. But what it is, it's that long march through the institutions. It's been happening since like the 30s, 40s. They were having
Mhm.
a communist party literally like trying to form during the 30s and 40s here and shit. Like, I mean, it's been happening a long time. It's just people won't flush it out enough.
Mhm.
And I understand the American spirit and nature of believe what you want to believe and all that shit and everything, but and I get it. Yeah, go ahead, cool. But like when you start pushing like the Marxism and getting all these young-minded people to start being basically like the Hitler Youth, like back in the day and shit, this is what you get.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And people need to watch out for that. This was it the Marxism that's happening now, this cultural Marxism. That's the real issue with a lot of shit, at least in my opinion. I mean, there's other ones,
Yeah.
other issues and shit too, but I think that's what comes boiling down to all these people wanting the gun control and all this private property rights probably going to be trying to go away with the squatters' rights deal and just all that shit.
Oh, and
Yeah.
go ahead, Mama J. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say it's just petty tyrants, and it's just like everything gets broken down to under the guise of safety. Like every
Mhm.
rule, everything, they're like, well, we need to do this to keep you safe.
Yep.
So we're all like
100%.
Bubble Boy.
Yep.
Mhm. Yeah, and speaking of, actually, this is an article right here that Mama J actually sent in a private chat. You care to explain this, Mama J?
Yeah, so I put my crocheting down. I'm such an old lady. So this article is it's a transcript of something. I don't know exactly what the transcript of. Anyway, all I wanted to know is I had a question on when was the first time that the term undocumented was used, and I came across this article, and I guess it was a debate with someone from the law school of the University of California, and I don't know, some other people, like people from NPR or whatever. And they're basically saying that there was an opinion in the Supreme Court where Justice Sonia Sotomayor used the term undocumented immigrant to refer to individuals present in the United States without proper authorization, it says. And then according to the New York Times, it was the first time the term had been used in a Supreme Court case, and that got a lot of attention with blogs and stuff. Now, this article came out in 2010. So the term, undocumented immigrant isn't old at all. So this is just a transcript, I guess, of a debate and talking about what term is best to use at this point in time.
I almost thinking back on it now, I almost think that it may have been going maybe a couple of years before that. And the reason that I say that is because I've been divorced since 2010. And I remember my ex-in-laws using the term undocumented or using anything other than illegal alien.
Gotcha.
Okay. And so, and which I can understand that because my ex-wife is Mexican. She didn't speak English until she was like 9 years old. Her parents, they're Mexican, and they are far left, which is wild because my ex-wife is on the same page as me. But I remember hearing undocumented worker and they were using anything other than illegal alien. But that's not to say that they didn't actually start driving that home until 2010. But I have to agree. I do recall people talking about that, and it made no sense because it was going against everything that we knew that they were. They're illegal aliens. They're here in the country illegally. They're breaking the law. They broke the law the minute they crossed the border. That's not racist to say that. And my ex-wife will tell you that it is not racist to say that. And a lot of people will give her a hard time, tell her that she's been whitewashed and this and that. And she's like, no, I'm American. That's where I'm from. Now her dad is from Mexico. He's from the motherland. We don't know if he's still around. He was not a good guy.
Gotcha.
But yeah, they've been twisting words for decades, and they're definitely twisting those words, calling them undocumented workers, asylum seekers. They're going to call them anything but illegal alien, which is wild to me. What's wrong with the word alien? There's nothing wrong with the word alien. If you're talking about little green men from Mars, you call them an alien. That doesn't hurt anybody's feelings.
Right. Well, I mean, it makes sense that around like 2000, well, honestly, like 2009, 2010, that the term would be changed from illegal to undocumented because of DACA. Because during Obama administration, so it would make to kind of lessen the blow of, I guess, like harsh sounding language or whatever to call them undocumented rather than so. Because I was just thinking about it. I was like, what was going on around 2010? And I was like, oh shit, DACA. It's like, makes sense. Now it makes sense.
Man, that finally makes sense why Foreigner finally got in the fucking Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because Biden's in office. Like, now I get it. Sorry, it was a cheap joke, but I had to say it because I just finally got in and I thought about it.
With it.
He's been sitting on that joke for years.
Yeah, I kind of have been. I'm waiting for him to get in, and now it's a perfect time, and they did.
It was a perfect timing. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
That's funny. So yeah, that's I mean, this is also what I wanted to bring up too, guys, is that this is on www.cbp.gov, the Southwest land border encounters. And dude, you can see right here it starts spiking, man, because their fiscal year starts from October to October. So excuse me, that's why we don't know the full 2024 yet until, well, I honestly think we're not gonna know the full, like how many illegals are crossing over the border, because I mean we're not gonna know the full amount, the total amount, because they're not counting the gotaways.
Right.
Have you? I'm just asking because I don't know. Do they have the data of like what it looked like from November of 2020 to January of 2021? Because I know that there's been discussions and people have been like analyzing, saying, oh, well, the only reason why it went up the way it did, or it was low or whatever, is because of COVID. But I want to see, because we were still in like the midst of that towards the end of 2020. And I want to see if like in November after the election, how like if it went up significantly because people know that Biden was going to go in.
Yeah, that's really a good question there. I don't. Let me see.
I wouldn't be surprised. That would make sense. I mean,
yeah. Because if you go for November, what is it? The blue is from 2020 to September of. I'm sorry, for 2021. It's like it starts doing that little dip, because you guys can see the legend over here. I don't know. You know what? Let me see, because it seems like. Hold on, give me a second. Damn. You know what, Mama J? They're not gonna have it because it starts from October of 20, like say it starts from October to October. So it's kind of like you're like, if it was 2020, then it would be, they're gonna total it. This is my thinking is they're gonna total it. It's gonna go into 2021. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, no, and that's why I wanted to look at it, because the arguments were that, because if it starts in October, it's fine, because it'll only be a month, because then you have in November is when you have the election,
right?
And then in January of 2021 is when you'd have the inauguration. So I guess it would be considered FY21 then, if it's from October of 2021 to October of 2020 to October of 2021.
Yes.
So I mean, I don't know. Well, because can I share something with you guys?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm one of those people. I'm Jamie. Like Biz and Davey are like, Jackie, pull it up. And I'm like, okay, I'll get it for you in 2 seconds. But here, let me
all right, let me stop sharing this.
If you don't mind. So so I'm looking at this just chart right here, and it's like office, a field, like total encounters. So you see FY. So here would be when Trump was in office, and then this is right after the election. So that's higher. But then it says U.S. Border Patrol total encounters from FY 2020. So that would be from October of 2019 to October of 2020. It was 400,000. But from October of 2020 to October of 2021, it's over 1 million.
Yeah, that's fucking 3 times 4 now that's 4 times. 4 times.
Yeah. Right. And I think, and the thing is, I think it's important too, because we were still in the midst of COVID.
Right.
The jabs haven't come out yet, or they're just coming out, and everything.
And and I remember that, because this was the time too, whenever that was all happening, and they were crossing, and everyone was getting pissed because they were not giving them the jabs or even testing them or anything.
Right. So I don't know. I just think it's kind of like
COVID.
Right.
Yeah. What was it? The first never mind. I had something, it was completely different in my head. But no, I'm thinking aloud my thought process to y'all, so it might be all scattered and everything.
It's all good.
No,
But
you're good. But
Yeah.
if you go down the line to 2024, you're still over 1 million encounters.
right. And we still
But-
have months left.
Right. Yeah. But this, unfortunately, this doesn't show a graph of how many people they've sent back. And I wish I could share it. I can't, for some reason, I can't share anything on here, but I can read this from the
Oh.
CBP. They released this. Sorry?
I unshared. I think you could share it now.
No.
Okay.
For some reason, I can't share anything. Maybe I'm just retarded with technology. I don't know. But
happens to the best of
this this was released by the CBP for the 2024 monthly update. Now, of course, it's this long article. There's a portion in here that says from May 12th, 2023 to April 3rd of 2024, DHS has removed or returned over 660,000 individuals. We're still over 1 million people for fiscal year 2024 so far.
Mhm.
But they've only sent back 600,000 people. There's still 1 million people here that are running around the country doing whatever they want, getting driver's licenses. And like here in Colorado, we fought with the state legislature for weeks about this. They said that they wanted to give undocumented immigrants, as they love to call them. They wanted to give illegal aliens driver's licenses so that they could get insurance, so that if they wreck into our cars are being paid for. And we told them, we know what you're going to do with that. You're going to register these people to vote. And they swore up and down that they wouldn't do it. Well, in 2013, they passed that law. All of these illegal aliens were given driver's licenses and they were immediately registered to vote. So you have over 1 million people here. They're getting driver's licenses because the government says they have to get insurance to protect the American people. And a lot of people are dumb enough to believe it and they're going to go, oh, yeah, let's do it. And then they're registered to vote.
Mm-hmm.
That is a major problem. And that's what a lot of people aren't talking about when it comes to this border crisis.
Right.
Yeah.
We kind of went into it not too long ago with talking about the federal man style that what was it in one of Joe Biden's executive orders, talking about how they were going to be giving federal IDs and they were trying to have that recognized in the presidential election, I believe. So that would be going toward possibly dead people on voter rolls that don't get cleaned up, and they're just going to use their ID. Or even if, like, say if you have never registered, you never voted, well, then they're going to register that person in your name and signature and all that. And then if you happen to just want to fucking vote, well, if you go there and they already voted, well, theirs is going to count and yours ain't. It's like that type of shit. That it makes sense. It could happen. I'm not saying it totally is, which people are, well, you don't have any proof. Okay, yeah, cool. I don't have any proof, but look what's happening. Like it kind of, we can see the numbers happening.
From here in Colorado alone. From just Colorado alone, I can prove it, because from that point on, Colorado started flipping into a deep blue. And we were a red state for the longest time until that situation happened. And now we are in deep trouble. We're California 2.0.
Yeah.
My ex-wife asked me, are you moving to California or what? I'm like, oh, yeah, I might. If I'm going to deal with these kinds of laws, I might as well be close to the beach.
Yeah,
True.
right.
No doubt. I mean, I actually think you're both right. As a matter of fact, Mama J and Trigger, because the thing about it, it speaks for itself, because 2021, 1 million plus 1,734,686 that, in 2021, the total. And 2024, it spikes up so much. It's like it's off the chain. And we're in 2024 and there's 1 million that they counted so far, but plus, gosh dang it, dude, it's a lot of, and look how many. I don't know if you guys on TikTok be hearing, oh, they're not singing, they're not sending single adults or whatever the case is.
Oh yeah,
Middle-aged
a military aged men or whatever.
Yeah.
The thing speaks for itself over here. Single adults, 2022,
Yeah.
1,500K. So, yeah, man, this is crazy. I mean, just go to the CBP and guys and just check it out for yourself. I mean, it's getting hand to hand, and these are just only the counted ones. So, also too, what I found, which actually got me thinking, is I think under definitions here, it actually damn it, I lost it. Anyway. So it got me thinking, like ever since the border opened, I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about that movie, what, Born in East LA. You guys remember that?
Yeah. Cheech Marin.
Yeah. Cheech Marin is like, oh, let's go. That's what plays in my head all the time, man, when they're talking about the border.
Right.
That movie, man. So anyway, yeah, it's just just a bunch of crap. And what's that? Go ahead, Scott.
So what do you guys, which I'm pretty sure you guys would probably agree with, but I'll get all your guys' opinions. What do you think? Especially, like, say if Trump does get in there, obviously nothing's gonna fucking happen that we want to happen if fucking Biden stays in, or one of these other, obviously Democrats or even establishment Republicans, because for the most part they all fucking suck and aren't gonna do what we want. So, like, say if Trump got in, or if we had an idea, because he would probably end up closing the border. Let's put it that way. I think that he probably would. Or if somebody else got in that would have ideas that we would want to do toward solving some of that, what would be your opinions and ways to try to fix what the fuck is going on?
I'm all for digging a complete moat from the Pacific all the way into the Gulf and fill
Hell
it with
yes.
alligators and crocodiles. I'm cool with that.
Absolutely. And you have to put a fucking American Ninja chorus across the top of it.
Yeah. It would be easy to do, and it would be so much more cost efficient than a wall.
Yeah.
And it's
that's of
sustainable.
course if we get fuel to exactly. It's more
It is.
sustainable. And we can increase the population of alligators and other swampland creatures. We are
Very true.
doing things
Exactly.
wonderful for the environment.
What about what? I mean, aren't you guys concerned about global warming? I mean, that's
Well, it's probably going to snow here within the next couple of weeks, so I'm not too worried about it.
Right.
You know, I've got pictures of it snowing on May 20th a couple of years ago.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, there was like 8 inches of heavy wet snow where like trees were breaking and
Like, look at all this global warming everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
That's fucking bullshit.
I'll tell you what. So, the college that I graduated from, it was an environmental school. I didn't know that when I went there, but you had to graduate. You had to take, I think it was like 9 to 12 credit hours of like climate science classes or something. I don't know. So they made me watch, was it The Inconvenient Truth or whatever? The Al Gore one. And I lived in Florida at the time, and I was near the Everglades. So they're telling, oh, Florida's going to be under water by 2014. And I told my boyfriend at the time, now husband, I was like, we can't live in Florida in 2014. We're going to be underwater. We have to move, blah, blah, blah. And, that's how young and naive people have climate anxiety, because before my eyes opened, I was like, oh my God, we're all going to die, blah, blah, blah. And then I saw people still buying beach resorts and houses.
Right.
And I was like, wait, but aren't you going to be underwater? Your insurance must be insane.
Right. Well, it's I've said that to some people who've talked about that. I'm like, then why the fuck does Obama and them still have beachfront houses? Like, get fucked.
Oh yeah, he just bought a brand new one. He just bought a brand new one over in Martha's Vineyard.
Well, did you see that there's a new model of what it would look like because of global warming? It won't hit the coast like we were always told. It'll only hit like part of like a California coast and like, I guess, North Carolina, and then go across the Midwest to the other one. So like New York and all that is fine. It'll be fine. It really won't be underwater or anything. It's just, it will just go inwards instead of on the coasts. Like
Yeah.
we were
Okay.
all told, Al Gore, asshole.
Yeah, all the
Lied
polar
to
bears are
me.
supposed to be dead. We're supposed to have no more polar ice caps. And I always use the displacement theory on somebody. I will take a glass of water, fill it up with ice all the way to the brim, and then let it sit there and melt. It never overflows. And I ask people, how come that doesn't overflow, but the ocean's going to overflow? Displacement doesn't change. It doesn't matter how big of a scale it's on. And that one drives people absolutely nuts. It's one of my favorite things to do with them. And when they say, like, I know that theory, I'm like, why are you talking about this still then?
Yeah, then why are you still talking about this, man? Like,
Yeah.
even if a whole lot of it did melt, you would maybe have a little bit of rise in some areas, and that's about it.
Yeah,
There's
maybe
just too much surface area.
yeah, exactly. And you would not even see that rise. You
Right.
would have no idea it was there. You'd be like, oh, the tide came in. Wonderful.
Right.
But and that's for anybody who's ever lived on a coastal state.
Right.
Yeah.
The funniest meme I saw, and it was a picture of Plymouth Rock and the actual rock or whatever, and I don't remember the date. I'm not a date historian, but it was like, yeah, climate change. The oceans have been moving ever since this time, and it's still the rock, like right on the
Still
shore.
same level.
Yeah, and the sea level's the same.
Like we got here in Colorado, we've got a reservoir down in Pueblo Lake, Pueblo Reservoir, whatever they call it, so many different things. But that is a reservoir that collects water, and it will actually feed multiple valleys down in the southern half of the state. And there was a year where we weren't getting a lot of rains, which is common around here because we'll go through cycles. We'll have a year where it's a little dry. We're not getting much in the way of rain and snow. And then there's other years where it will rain from April till July, and it's daily, nonstop, and you don't see the sun, and it really hurts your head and can depress you, and then you get lots of snow. But it changes and changes and changes, and that's what a lot of people fail to understand, that the whole world is going to go through cycles. And there was a time where Pueblo Reservoir was low because we were having a very dry year, and it was low by about 30 feet. You could go out there and you could look at all the cliffs, and you could see where the water lines were. And a lot of people were saying, well, my God, we're going to die. It's global warming. It's like, wait till next summer. It's going to be full again. And it filled up the following summer because that winter we had a lot of snowpack. It all melted, went right back into the lake. And then, of course, we had more rains. Fills right back up. That's what but people don't think about what is coming in the future. They're only thinking about what's in front of them right now.
Right.
And they don't have the brain capability to think beyond what is in front of them right now. And that's where we have to step up and actually educate people. And whether it's global warming or climate change, whatever anybody wants to call it, or even the migrant crisis, you have to educate people on the longevity of things. And that's what we need to be doing.
Oh yeah,
for
absolutely.
everybody.
Oh, also to answer your as a matter of fact, my opinion, Scott, on as a matter of fact, what you just asked.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if Trump gets elected, if there is a 2024 election, we still need to get Republicans and actually, I'm sorry, Constitution people that actually stand by the Constitution. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
So, shit.
No, you're on good, bro.
I hit the wrong button. I meant to kill the. I meant to mute that. Sorry.
Oh, all right. Must have been good the second time. There you go. Oh yeah,
Whoops.
man. It was just like I was telling my son. It's like, Trump can get elected, but the House and the Senate. We gotta get those people that are actually gonna abide by the Constitution.
Yeah, very much so. And like that's one of the fucking hardest things to be doing is getting in good people in the House and the Senate. Like those main areas. They're supposed to check each other too, which is good. That's the way it's supposed to go. But we need things to get passed through for the American people instead of all this constant fucking bickering left and right, like, and then they want to try to say bipartisan on shit. Motherfuckers, you guys are just uniparty on shit, and you
Right.
are not listening to the American people. You guys are like, now it is at this point, it's fucking definitely taxation without representation because you aren't
Oh, yeah.
representing any of us.
No
So
doubt.
So that's like the part that's pissing me off about a lot too, because all these like the bills that they put have fucking like 7 or 8 things on them instead of 1 or 2, because then they make the other side look shitty for saying, oh, now you don't care about old people whenever they were trying to pass shit for the border or whatever, and then they didn't agree with something. So it's very convoluted in that way, trying to get stuff done in there. But no, I agree with that. And also, like, in my opinion would be, we definitely need to shut it down for at least a little while to sort through things. Get like numbers, people
Right.
sorted out, other shit like that. Close it down for a couple years at least, and just let us
Mhm.
sort through some shit, man.
Right.
We need a complete audit.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, isn't Marjorie Taylor Greene doing that? Just that? Is she calling for an audit? I've been
Oh, I
hearing
don't
that.
know.
She's
I
been
have
calling
not
for-
heard of that. Yeah.
Oh wow. I wanted to touch real quick on this Ukraine funding bill. I noticed something as I was looking through all 42 pages of it. Okay. The refugees are getting I don't know if you guys had a chance to go over this bill.
No, I haven't really.
I've seen parts of it. We're actually funding both sides of both wars going on right now.
Mhm.
We funded Israel and Hamas. We funded Iran and Hamas, which are the same thing.
Yeah.
And we've also funded Israel. We funded Ukraine, and we're funding other countries that Russia is actually getting funding from as well. So we're funding both sides of both wars. So they're going to keep playing this game because, of course, they're pumping more money into the military-industrial complex. But how long until the rest of the world goes, America's on both knees, let's go attack them right now?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Oh yeah, I agree with that. And it wouldn't take an invasion.
No.
We're already being invaded. We're already being invaded.
And like,
So-
people think also with like the EMP deal and whatever else, people think that it has to be a high one to try to take out the whole continent. No.
Yeah,
you don't. No, you can hit like 4 spots with like briefcase EMPs in our country and pretty much cripple us for a year or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can do that from 30,000 feet.
Absolutely.
A lot of people think you need to be in, outer orbit in order for an EMP to work. You don't. No, it doesn't have to.
Nah,
You
they
could
can
be at
do
30,000
strategic
feet.
style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I have a question. Do you guys know if the roofs start playing it blue, if they will get,
Oh, the blue
spider
roofs.
yeah.
I believe it. It's possible.
Yeah.
Right.
So the Department of Health and Human Services, the refugee and entrant assistance, they're getting $481 million. 400, and that's with the living assistance and stuff like that. That's wow, enough to piss you off.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like a piece of that. I mean, just
Right.
I've earned it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No
I
doubt.
mean, it's my money. Well, part of it is anyway.
Right.
Yeah. And also, yeah, I mean, and of course, it's going to. It says that the director is carrying out Section 412C1, blah blah blah, the Immigration and Nationality Act. So, with amounts made available under this heading in this act, and they're helping out with, like I said, funding, of housing, insurance. Here you go. Including nonprofit entities to provide cultural and linguistically appropriate services, including wraparound services, housing assistance, medical assistance, legal assistance, and case management assistance. And Americans, nothing. We're just, that exactly the working poor. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And also, I don't know if you guys, I mean, you guys brought it up earlier how we're also funding both sides of the war, But the problem that gets me with this bill is what I've noticed, and I've looked through it twice. It does not say anything about Israel. It does not say anything about I think it was Taiwan too, right? Yeah, it might have been Taiwan.
Mhm.
It's weird because it doesn't say any. If you're gonna draft that, to me, the way I look, in my opinion, if you're gonna draft a bill, it needs to be, in my eyes, exactly what you're funding, what the funding is going to.
Oh, yeah.
Like what country, what state, or whatever for that matter. You know what I mean? It should be
Absolutely.
It should be like full blown, like black and white. You know, it's going to Kansas or it's going to freaking Tucson
Well, it's
or
'cause
whatever the case is.
That's because we live in the real world. When we do our budgeting, we go, okay, this is going towards a house payment. This is going towards utilities. This is going towards insurance and phone and utilities and groceries. So we actually map out everything that we're doing. So if somebody was to come in and say, show me your books,
Mhm.
we can easily show you our books and go, this is where all my money goes, and this is the rest that I put away. Why doesn't our
You
government
mean-
do that?
I was gonna
Go
say
ahead.
you mean you can't lose $1.2 trillion each year like the Pentagon does?
Right.
If I lost $1.2 trillion, I would probably I wouldn't be here.
No.
It would that would be yeah, well, I'm not going to use that word. But I wouldn't be here.
My question, so is this the bill that like people were talking about is the one that would keep Ukraine funded even
Yes.
if Trump
Mhm.
won?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I saw something about like September until September of 2025 and I was like,
Yes.
Yes.
They are creating a lose-lose situation because they know that Trump is going to beat the brakes off of them in
Mhm.
November. And that's why I tell everybody right now that the cheating is happening right before our very own eyes. It's not going to happen in November with the vote counting because they know that we're
Right.
onto them. They know we're watching them. So they're doing it with all the lawfare. And now they're creating all of these bills that are also going to be Trump's downfall during his second term, which I'm sure he'll find a way to fix it and make it right. But if anybody's paying attention to what's going on with this, they will know that Trump did not do this, even though they're trying to make it look like he is not going to win this at all. But it's going to be okay. You just gotta read between the lines is all we need to do. So, Mom J, you're 100% right. This is till September of 2025, and it's going to make Trump look bad.
Mhm.
Don't
worry
worry,
about
I made it. I know
Yeah.
everybody's worried. Whether or not I was gonna make it, I made it here. They were saying I wasn't going to, but I did. That's Stormy Daniels, bitch. She's lying. It wasn't me. It was my lawyer, Michael Cohen, and that scumbag David Packer.
Hi, folks.
What's up,
What
David?
up?
What's up? I made it. Even though you can't
Nice.
see me, I'm in the corner like a fucking troublemaker. It's fitting. Never mind. I'm just gonna shut up. It's fucking fitting.
Just got to get Josh and share his screen, and then we can see you.
Oh yeah. Give me 1 second though. But it says assistance for Europe,
Mhm.
Eurasia, and Central Asia. And for me, because I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I looked it up on my phone, Central Asia. Okay, so I'm like, okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? I asked myself. And guess what? It's west of China. So why are we giving money to China too?
Right.
Look at us.
China.
That's exactly what we're doing.
Because we're stupid. Yeah, we're
Exactly.
stupid.
Because
Yeah,
we're
stupid.
borrowing money from China and then we're borrowing money from China, but also giving them aid.
Wouldn't that be called
Yeah.
laundering?
Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
that's what we've been doing for years now.
The
But we've
American
been doing
mob
it-
used to do that, and it was illegal. Now it's legal because the government does it.
Listen,
Oh, yeah.
when the mob can run Vegas better than the actual government does, there's a problem.
Yeah.
I'd rather have the commission in charge of our government right now rather
Thank
than
you.
the
Right.
government.
Well, what do they?
I'd
What do
rather
they
have Tony
say,
Soprano now.
What's the difference between the mafia and the government? It's just size and length of establishment. That's about
That's
it.
it. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So here we go. Yeah. Other than that, yeah. So, I mean, President Trump cannot. It also says in this bill, like who? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't. Whoever's president can't touch. Can't offer. And I'm trying to look for it. I believe it says it cannot offer assistance before November 15th of 2024. That's what I believe.
Gee, sounds like they're stacking it up against people just in case. Maybe the government is gross. The government sucks, and the government is stupid.
Yeah. There's sometimes I watch committee hearings and I have to get a shower afterwards. It's just like, ugh.
I've had to get a shot of penicillin afterwards, but that was for a different reason.
Sounds like my high school career.
Shots.
Just joking.
Yeah. And yeah, here we go. Here, cancellation of indebtedness. Said the president may not before November 15th of 2024 take any action related to the indebtedness of the government of Ukraine that cancels any indebtedness incurred by Ukraine pursuant to this section.
So they can't get any money back from Ukraine until November of 2025.
Pretty much.
Yeah. At any time after November 15, 2024, the president may, subject to congressional review provided by Section 508, canceled up to 50% of the total indebtedness incurred by Ukraine.
And that goes right back to what Scott was saying.
Yeah.
Is we can't just put Trump in office and think that everything's going to be okay. We got to focus on what they call the down ballot. We got to focus on getting America First people into the House and in the Senate. Otherwise, we're just going to be chasing our tail like we did in Trump's first term, which was amazing how much he got done not having a House or a Senate in his first term.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he also got a lot done, and he also admitted, which I kind of think is true. Yeah, he could have done some more, but I also think he was kind of naive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he had a good team around him, but he wasn't totally there to see who wasn't on his side about, but I think he knows a lot more now.
Well, yeah.
Dude, but the thing is, dude, the first 2 years he had Paul Ryan as Speaker of the fucking House, man. like
no
he was
better than Nancy.
And then Nancy Pelosi got her rickety fingers in it.
Yeah. Fucking what's a crypt keeper, bitch?
Yeah, man. Also, Mama J, what did you send me? You sent me something over Twitter.
Oh yeah, so there was this weird video that I saw last night that really gave me the ick, and then there was like a video of this guy talking, and in the background, this man was talking to this little boy in his ear, and then sucked on his ear.
What the fuck is happening right there?
Exactly,
it was disgusting, and like
is that Quentin Tarantino?
Like honestly,
it kind
of looks like him.
Yeah.
That's Mike Tyson. I bite your children's ears off.
Yeah.
It tastes like strawberries.
Yeah.
I told you I was going to eat your children's. You didn't believe me.
Wow.
It gave me a very demonic feeling. And then I saw that now there's actually a formal investigation into it now.
Into this dude?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
please do investigate.
That's assault. That's assault.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Keep your mouth to yourself. It's gross.
So is it a father and son, or just like, I mean, not saying
Signed
that
I don't
Harvey
know.
Weinstein.
it's weird, man. Wow. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know. I just saw it and I was like, I need to put this up because I don't know if you had all seen the original video or not, but it's so like it. I don't know why it just like got me in the gut and just was disgusting.
Is it me or did somebody when you saw that video? Did you hear? I got sexual feelings, baby.
No, but I thought I actually had caught my son's stomach bug that he had this week because I was like, I feel like I'm gonna throw up and shit myself at the same time.
Yeah.
Just sit in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Greatest idea ever.
Right.
Well, I mean, put a little water in there, you'd be all right.
All right, Davey. So this is Trigger
Hi.
right here.
How
Nice to
do?
meet you. How you
Likewise.
doing?
Yeah, man.
So,
Hell
I'm
yeah.
having fun.
yeah. Listen, I misunderstood what time we were supposed to do this. I'm in the central time zone here, so I heard 7, and I thought 7 central because that's yeah.
Well, that's okay because I didn't pay attention to the time. Josh and I always seem to get on 6 o'clock his time, 4 o'clock my time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sitting here at like 3:40 going, I'm by myself. What am I doing here? And I looked at the time. And I was like, whoops. So I was early. You're late. Hey, it all came together. It's all good.
Yeah,
Listen, it is what it is.
you showed up.
Oh yeah,
man.
you're all the way over there in Pacific time, ain't it?
No, I'm Mountain. I'm in Colorado.
Oh, okay, Mountain. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
yeah,
just an
whenever we
hour.
me and Jackie had another podcast, but our buddy was all the way in California, so sometimes it was a beast trying to get together at a good time.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, when we were doing all 3, we were doing all the podcasts together. It was like, yeah, it's like a 7 Central, 8 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Hawaiian 2 a.m. Hawaiian time, 4:30 in Japan.
Then all of a
And
sudden, just in the
12:05
background,
in
you start
India.
hearing like fucking radar beeping because it's just becoming part of the atmosphere. Yeah.
We ain't seen shit.
All right.
Oh,
I don't-
I remember. I just saw.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
I remember seeing this not too long ago.
Okay, check this out. This is funny with the music I'm about to put on.
Please
All
tell
right,
me
all
that
right.
it's the Pirates of the Caribbean music.
No, it's fun, even funnier. It's gonna take you way back.
Miami Vice.
No.
Oh, God.
So
Ah.
That'd be
So-
awesome.
so YouTube.
Growing pains. What?
This is a disclaimer. I'm not making money off this video. And none of us are. It's just for all.
Jesus Christ, Biden, will you settle down?
No, I can't.
Just get to it. Fuck.
All right, let's go. Okay, hold on. So it says this is reportedly happened yesterday. Well, whatever. I think this was last week. Carlsbad, California. A group of mostly military-age males invaded our country illegally via boat and then dispersed throughout the city in cars. Are any of them on the terrorist watch list? Do any
Yeah,
of
I
them
saw
have
this.
a criminal history?
All of
Mhm.
them are.
Let's play.
There you go. Perfect Benny Hill music.
It's like
Oh my god, it's like a fucking clown car.
Yeah, that is not a very big boat. There may be an underdeck, a very small one, but that's like fucking 25, 30 guys just
they'll
rolling out
lay
of
it
that
all
thing,
up, just linked up, Lincoln Logs.
right?
Dude, if I was there, I'd be on the beach like, get out of here.
And the guys over there
Oh my
running.
god.
I mean,
That
where
must be
was
so wild to see in person.
this? Where was this?
Carlsbad, California.
I remember I sent this to this guy Fred that I know over in California. I think he found out later they all pretty much got picked up.
Oh, they
So-
did?
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of them did get picked up, but yeah, you could see here at the end they're all getting in fucking these cars and just taking the fuck off.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Could
dude.
you
this is an
imagine, like, they're like 30 minutes out and they're like, yeah, I got an Uber. Like,
Dialing it in as you're getting to the shore, like
yeah.
Hey,
Now look
I'm
at
Like,
speed it up.
that. Yeah.
Speed it up. Our Uber will be here in 10 minutes. We're 15 nuts out. Let's go. Move your ass. Come on.
You sound more like a Haji.
yeah, right?
I mean, look who's coming over. It's not.
Yeah.
I
They're
mean,
there too.
You don't know. It's everybody's coming. Like, it's just a free for all. How the fuck did Africans get from into Mexico into the U.S.? Like, how does that work? Like, how? Like, you have to literally take a plane from Africa. They're not fucking. What's your face? This is that fucking German girl. What's her name? Greta. They're not
Oh,
Greta
Greta
Thunberg.
Thunberg.
It'd be a better joke if I knew what her fucking name was. Anyway, they're not Greta Thunberg taking a boat here and then going there. They had to go to South America and then go up through Mexico. Like,
Mhm.
we don't know who's coming through the border, and you're telling me I heard a stat that said that there's more people has come through the border in the last 3 years than has come through than went through Ellis Island in this first 60 years in the 60 years that it allowed immigrants from other countries. Like, what the fuck
How
are we doing?
long was the moratorium on immigration? Wasn't it like 10 years or something in the United
Yes,
States at
that.
one
yes,
point?
it is. Yep. It's
Oh,
10 years.
I need you what for the audience, not for me. What's a moratorium?
Like holding it, like stopping, like not doing.
Oh, from when? From when Biden got in?
No. Back
No,
in
from
like
when they-
like
when-
what
yeah.
like Ellis Island days and stuff. They like stopped all immigration from coming in.
So we've been always Zionists then, not letting anybody from any countries in for a certain amount of years, you know, because we had the Muslim ban and the Zionist ban.
When? What?
When Trump was in office, remember?
We
He
had
did the
Muslim
Muslim
ban.
ban.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
there
was
you
the
go.
Muslim. It was the
Yeah.
Muslim ban. I
Yeah,
was like, what
but-
the fuck are you talking
But you were saying
about?
that Ellis Island, it was a 10
So we
year
definitely didn't have a.
moratorium.
That's the thing with me though. We like. I don't care what anyone says. Trump himself is a Zionist. I mean, whether you believe in Zionism or not or whatever else, he definitely is. So I mean,
just-
people can say it's bad or good or whatever. I don't really give a flying shit, but that's a simple fact that some people have to kind of come to terms with. He is.
I just
So I
think
mean, it is what it is.
I just think some of these words are so that way these people can sound fucking smart. Because if you
Nah.
ask if you ask
Depends
the
on who you're
typical
talking
person,
to.
but if you ask the typical person what's a Zionist, they're gonna go, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
I
they know-
honestly, I
they
have
know
no idea
racist.
what's the difference.
I believe a Zionist
is
is just somebody who thinks that anybody from another country is bad. Basically.
Zionism is complete belief in Israel and all of their belief. Just the Zion, all of that.
So,
It's like
Okay, so
it's almost as bad as
don't have to
Hamas in a
be-
way. In their
Okay,
in like
so
their
you-
charter, it's almost that type of style, but it's not like saying we're gonna fucking kill everybody. That's the kind of the big difference.
Basically,
Gotcha.
being a Zionist, you're being a nationalist.
Mhm.
That's
Gotcha.
that's what being a Zionist. You're a nationalist.
Mhm.
I'm proud to be a nationalist of America. So if you're gonna call
Yeah,
me
I'm
a
an American.
Zionist,
I'm an American nationalist, but I'm
Yeah, I'll
not
take it.
really. But I'm not like you should probably burn if you don't believe in this religion. That's like my problem
yeah.
with some of those.
I love when they
Absolutely.
when they put the definition inside the definition is the actual fucking word. Why? So a Zionist is a supporter of Zionism, a person who believes in the development and protection of a Jewish nation in what is now Israel. In South Africa, a member of any of a group of independent churches which practices a form of Christianity incorporating element of traditional African beliefs. That is like
There was a Zionist church that it wasn't, and when I first saw it, I was just like, I don't understand. It's not, and it wasn't a synagogue or anything or whatever, but it was some type of Korean church, and it was like something Zionist church, and I was like, I don't know what that means. So I guess from your definition, it makes sense. I guess.
I never knew there was Chinese Jews.
yeah, that's
a
new.
new.
Yeah, right.
That's a whole nother ball game right there.
This
Yeah.
said in
Kosher
the thing
Chinese
that it was
food.
whatever.
That doesn't exist.
No, it does. That's how we got tofu.
Ah, you know what,
Well,
you're
there
right.
you go.
You're absolutely right. But have you guys talked about the riots at the colleges so far yet, or anything like that?
No,
I'm
not
not
today.
there yet. That's kind of fun.
I mean, I don't
did
know what
ta-
the.
We did. There was an article. There was an article that shows that George Soros is believed to
Yeah.
be funding it.
Yeah, people have
George-
been looking into that quite a bit and finding the links between his money funding a lot of these.
It's
things
probably
that are
from
happening.
Citizens United through Act Blue through what is it?
Um,
The socialist,
the open sort
socialist,
or open whatever
The Weather Underground.
liberation
open
movement. The
societies.
Well, yeah, it's
Let's-
the open societies and through that blue as well as and that going to what is it? The socialist
They burned slots. We just did.
liberation movement. I think that's what it's called, the socialist liberation movement. Because Davey, do you remember last night we were watching the things about the protests, and you pointed it out on the sign. It said the Socialist and
Yeah.
Liberation Movement.
Yeah,
And
the association for
yeah.
funded by
Hold
or
on, let
whatever it was. But it's so funny. I was talking to Amanda about this the other day. Like, there was a police shooting of a guy a couple weeks ago, and they were protesting outside of it, and they actually had, like, the guy was shot dead one day, and the next day there was perfectly printed signs by the same people. The same coalition made those signs also. So these people are properly funded. But the fact that these signs are made up, conspiracy theory, fact that these signs are made up like the next day, do you think maybe these people are marked by someone?
Oh,
Well,
and
some
all
people
those
might have Kinkos on call. You don't know.
and all those protesters had all the same tents and shit too. Like nobody's gonna have a fucking Coleman or something, like some stand out. Come on.
Yeah. But I mean, they all went to fucking Walmart and fucking stole them, so they only got whatever they could because, you know, communism. And that's the funniest thing about it is, like, there's all these girls on TikTok and stuff like that who have like communism in their profile, and then a link to their OnlyFans, and you're like, I'm sorry, madam, you're supposed to give that away for free. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. Do you not understand? We did. Do you not understand what communism and socialism is? Is you provide the product, you give it out for free, and then everybody reaps the rewards from it. So your OnlyFans should be free.
All right, real quick. All right, Burn Slot. We actually did. Davey read you the definition. Yeah, turn your hearing aid up and level up your.
I like how he. Bro. Well, he already said the right bans free speech, which, okay, man.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
Yes, they do.
When did that happen?
Listen, I love, my favorite thing is everybody can take everything and mold it into, if you go to Google, right? And you Google, do eggs make you fat? You will get an answer that says eggs will make you fat. If you Google, will eggs make you skinny? You will get an article that tells you eggs will make you skinny. You can Google anything you want, and it'll tell you, the right censored speech. No, the left, and then you Google, no, the left censored speech. So you have to,
and that, my friends, is propaganda.
Yeah. You have to look and realize where all this stuff is coming from, like YouTube, Rumble. Like, you have to do all of this. You have to do your own research? You know, don't just go by whatever people tell you.
Hold on, David. But apparently he did. So, you know, just let us know what Zionism is, Burn Slot. You know,
educate us. We're waiting.
Yeah,
please. Yeah.
Well, they think Zion is Earth, so they can take it by force. Well, I mean, the only people that are trying to take shit by force at this point seem to be Hamas, that does not in any way want a two-state solution that they've been offered before.
I mean, listen.
Just saying.
Yes, exactly.
I've seen some. Listen, I've seen this girl. There she is. Just another feminist on their way to an abortion rally.
Who sent me this?
That's a big ass pig. Holy shit.
Read the caption. It says, just another feminist on her way to an abortion rally.
God damn.
It was brutal. I had to send it to you guys. I just saw it.
They finally, listen, I love going to the comments. They finally found Liz Cheney, Hillary on the campaign trail again. Is Joy Behar or Rosie in the truck?
She looks big mad.
Nothing funny about an animal being trafficked.
Oh my god.
Listen, the thing is about nowadays is, like, people have lost all sense of being able to joke. And I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry from the bottom of my heart. Anybody who has that kind of mentality doesn't know how to joke. If you are a communist or a socialist, your jokes suck.
All the time.
Your jokes are not funny. You can't meme, you can't joke. Like, you have no sense of humor. You want to have a trans joke where the trans is the hero in the joke, and it's not funny. I'm sorry. it's not like you can make a trans joke that's funny and the trans could be the hero, but the way you guys present it is just stupid. It's just stupid. I don't know if you've seen does anybody else watch Kill Tony?
What?
Sometimes.
What is that?
Kill Tony with Tony Hinchcliffe. It's hilarious because he just brings people up on stage for a minute and lets them do comedy, right? And I wish I could find it, but I've saved so many things in so many different places. There was a trans person that came up on stage and was doing about a minute of jokes, and they were just brutal jokes of like kid touching and how the right, they talk so much about kids. Maybe they're the ones that are kid touchers, and they allow their kids in churches, and it's like, I'm sorry, like
it just doesn't fit.
Funny. No,
It just doesn't fit. It's like remember when Beirut exploded, that big ass explosion in Beirut.
Yeah.
I was asking people on Facebook, like, "Hey, where should I take a vacation?" I hear Lebanon's a blast. I got a 30-day Facebook ban for that shit.
Oh, that was awesome.
Oh,
like, I mean, listen, my whole I think I was an altar boy for about 4 years, and I never got touched. I felt like an ugly child. There's a way to make a joke about the church and make it be funny. But when you're sitting there like, well, priests are pedophiles too. They like to touch kids, but they say we're the predators.
So are teachers. Like, what's your point? Like,
Bro,
at this point,
a teacher is worse because they made it a point to be around kids.
Yeah.
no.
Girls, LOL, girls are fat. Well, some of them are, Burnside, and some guys are fat too.
I am.
All right, guys. Moving on real quick. Go ahead, Scott. You think, man?
Oh man, I'll say that fucking joke from that super racist podcast. Oh my god, I've been seeing some of that shit is fucking hilarious. But it's that dude, the dude. He's basically just in a fucking KKK uniform, sitting around talking to fucking different people.
Oh
And
yeah, that's right.
That shit is hilarious. And he had the black dude on. He's like, I think it's a bad stereotype saying all black dudes like fat white women. He's like, black dude's like, you know what? I agree. He's like, yeah, some black dudes are gay. See, like, if you can't joke about shit like that, you really got to lighten the fuck up.
Exactly.
Speaking of gay black dudes, did you see the guy who was the head of the Columbia University thing? The riot in Columbia University?
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry, Josh. I don't mean to hijack your podcast. I really don't.
Bro, you good, man. You good. You guys are good.
So
It's communal.
let's see. Let me see if we pulled it up last night, but this I'm gonna go first to the video of him at Columbia. I got so much shit like a bookmarked on. I gotta unbookmark some things, but there's so much stuff. Like I always
just put folders, man.
I always unbookmark something, and then I go to show somebody, and I go, shit, I unbookmarked it.
Yeah, I'm the same way, man. So don't feel bad. I'm like, what the heck? Where did I put this at?
Oh man, that's what I said about my penis.
Nobody's
Anyway,
Bruh.
Dude, that's
But this
how I
guy-
deter gay people. And I'm like, I don't even like looking at my own dick, bro. What makes you think I want to see
Yeah,
yours?
right. Uh-huh.
I don't want to put mine in my face either. Anyway, but yeah, so this was one of the lead people at the Columbia riot, the Columbia protest / riot. And this was, I'll go ahead and play it.
Everyone, can I get everyone to form a human chain right here? Please?
Oh, I saw this one.
By the way, I'd like to start off by saying, you want to call people who support Trump sheep. You want to call
Yeah.
people on the right sheep. They literally just yelled mic check. Everybody yelled it back.
Yeah, this
you're
is
gonna watch-
literally cult. This is literally cult mentality.
This is literally a cult.
Repeat after me. We have our dream.
Even repeat after me.
who have entered the camp. We are going to create a human chain. Where I am standing.
I'll be like, Red Rover, send a motherfucker over.
Red Rover, send a Zionist over.
And infringe upon our privacy.
Did they create a chain?
And try to disrupt our
Yes.
community. Please join me in this chain.
And when he says chain, he means daisy chain.
And you're asking me not to record? That's cool.
Walk and take a step forward.
Yeah, I absolutely feel threatened right now.
So that we can start to push them out of the camp. One step forward. Another step forward.
So that's the wonderful gentleman that was the leader of it.
Wait a minute, that was a guy talking? That was a guy
Oh
talking.
yes, that was a guy, and I will show you the gentleman
Holy shit.
right here.
Pat.
This
And
is
that
him.
did not look like a chain, it looked more like a blood clot.
It did.
And so
Fun.
be glad,
Oh.
be grateful that I'm not just going out and murdering Zionists. I've never
Be
murdered
grateful.
anyone in my life, and I hope to keep it that way. I genuinely hope to keep it that way.
Mind you,
That makes
If
me
you s-
fucking laugh when somebody that talks like that says, "Be grateful, I'm not going out and being violent." Motherfucker, you have
Oh,
no
yeah.
idea what violence is.
This is what I
Exactly.
don't get. What is the point of you getting violent against, pro-Israel people here over something that's going on over there
Right.
Yes.
that shouldn't
Mhm.
have anything to do with us because we're funding both sides,
Yes.
Mhm.
and it's in my honest opinion, they both suck. I've said it from the
Mhm.
beginning. They both
Yeah.
suck.
yeah.
I agree.
So, and I don't, it's just so weird to me how emotional people are getting with this thing. I was like, I say to the guys all the time, I'm like, where were you guys back in 2020, 2021 when they were bombing each other?
They were too
Back
busy
then.
at BLM riots, so they
Ah,
had
that was
that caused
probably
in
it.
2020, and then now it's 2024. So black versus white is
Yeah.
no longer a thing. Now it's
It's-
Zionist versus
Yeah, now it's time to
anti-Semite.
support. Now it's time to support or hate the current thing.
Well, and the thing is, it's like I can understand like arguments on both sides, and I can understand, but I can't understand this amount of, I don't know, turmoil that has come between people, whether it be, like interpersonal relationships with like friends, family, what have you.
I know,
over
especially
this.
well, to be honest, yeah, and especially over people that are here that weren't involved in shit over there, that don't really probably know any of the story, to be honest. And even if they are told something, it probably is a propagandized story to make them
Mhm.
feel one way or the other. Because, like you said, it's against people here now that either might be Jewish or barely know any of it, or might be Palestinian or whatever. And now they're just hating on each other because they don't fucking know. They're just getting told this shit and they feel a certain type of way instead of, actually maybe talking to each other.
Well,
I mean, they've been
and-
sabotaging and bombing each other and back and forth doing awful shit to one another for decades.
Yes.
Like
Mhm.
this stuff has been going on for years and years and years, hundreds of years, thousands of years, whatever. I mean, what is the reason why Israel has an iron dome in the first place? It wasn't just to look cool. Like they had it for a reason. My biggest question is, why are we talking about this and not that we haven't seen actual video footage of war going on in Ukraine and Russia in like a year and a half?
no, instead
Like,
we get
why don't we
videos of
stop talking about this, because we get videos every 5 seconds. We haven't seen a fucking video of that war for over a year and a
Now,
half.
what
now,
did
and we're
we see from
giving Zelensky
Ukraine?
so much money.
What did we see from Ukraine? A thriving downtown with more clubs
Oh,
and
yeah.
shit going than before the war.
All the time. Or the people on Twitter, the random women that are, pretty hot. They're like, I'm from Ukraine.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Want to spend $10 and see my nudes? Like, no, I'm good. What are you doing?
Ma'am, I can see
Yeah,
sloppy
that's
meat curtains from here.
I'd like
I
I'd
want
like to, but your fucking leader is taking all our money. I can't even
Yeah.
afford to do that.
No,
I can't even afford to
I
see a
already say
titty.
I've paid in full already. I should get at least a year's free
Yeah,
subscription.
exactly.
Right.
I was just gonna
True.
say, ma'am, if you stop your president from taking our money, I promise you I will subscribe for a year. I promise you. You can make it $25 a month. If you can get our taxes back down to a normal rate, I will subscribe. No problem. I won't even look. I'll just help you out. I'll just do it as a friend. You can call me a friend.
You can
But-
be like one of those dudes in Vegas that does and like pass out her card.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Have you ever been in
yes.
Vegas?
Oh, dude.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I had a stack of them. I went out there. This is the last time I was out there. I was 22 years old. I had a stack of them, and I brought them all back, and I put them all in my boss's office. They were everywhere, and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, I was
This is
Yeah.
giving you some color, and he's like, "I can see that."
Hey,
It's
Brent
craziest
Sly-
thing I've ever seen. It's like walking down the Vegas Strip, and like you just hear that. You hear them slap the cards, and then they hand you all the prostitutes.
That's
It's
great.
actually kind of funny too.
Twitter burns a lot.
Friend
Twitter or X.
kept handing them to us.
TikTok.
But
What?
this is
Google it, man.
this is what's going on in Ukraine. By the way, CBS. Okay? CBS.
Mhm.
Despite the rockets, Ukraine's nightlife is rocking. The bars and clubs are full. The place is jumping, music pumping, drinks flow freely, and they dance like there's no tomorrow. And it's not just here. Fun fact, there are now more bars and restaurants in the capital than before the start of the invasion.
Wait, can we I want to what was that? I'm sorry. What did you
I
just
like how he
say?
says fun fact.
Fun
Fun fact,
More?
there are now more bars and restaurants in the
CBS,
capital
fun
than
fact.
before the start of the invasion.
Yeah, that's not fucked
We
up.
paid for that. We
Yeah,
paid for that.
no shit.
You're
No
welcome.
shit,
I
they're
want
out there
VIP
having a
free. I want bottle service.
Yeah, burns a lot. We did
gonna go out
see
there and
some
get bottle
videos.
service.
We just
I
said
want-
not too long ago, where have they been lately?
Yes.
I
Right.
want
We're
I
still
want to
giving
go
them
over
more
there.
money.
I want to be able to get a free flight to Ukraine, have about 10 women around me, and all the unlimited drinks I can do for about a month. And then maybe I kind of would be happy. But no, it's fucking $200 billion, and we're sitting here, we can't afford groceries, and these motherfuckers are living it up like it's fucking 1985. Fuck you.
I'm sorry,
Fuck
but there's a
you.
there's a reason why that is still happening. Do you want to like if anyone wants to tell me that Russia couldn't have already taken Ukraine, that's
Yeah.
got to be it's a little there's a setup that's happening. And some
Mhm.
people have said it, which I think it might be partially true, that this is a posturing thing because I think Putin is really trying to prepare or gear up for the war that he wants to have or is going to know he's going to have, and that's with NATO.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Because
I mean, he
removing
could have
troops-
already taken Ukraine.
times 10.
Yeah.
Times fucking 10.
In a half
He
a day.
only wanted
Mhm.
only wanted that little piece that they got. The people who wanted to be Russians, who voted to be a part of Russia, I believe it was, he got that, and that's what he wanted, the Donbass region. And that's all he wanted.
Mhm.
But and once again, 3 times. There was 3 attempts that Vladimir Putin actually said, we can solve this. Let's stop
Yeah.
this. Just give me the Donbass, and that's it. And they went, nah. Joe Biden sent over Boris Johnson, and Boris Johnson's like, nah, I don't think we're going to do this. And Vladimir was like, okay. And then they went over and said, here's all this money. They actually, recently, one of the senators from Massachusetts went over to Ukraine. I believe he went over to Ukraine. I don't know if Vladimir came here, but he gave Vladimir a list of all the congressmen and all the senators that voted for the bill, voted for and against. So you're not telling me he's giving them 1, a hit list, and 2, where the envelopes go? If you don't think that's a real thing, you have your head buried so far in the sand, it's fucking hitting China. dude, and it's getting ridiculous.
It was pretty hilarious that he came to him with like a progress report. Like, oh,
Yeah,
look.
look at all the names of the good kids, and here's the list of the bad kids right here. This is Johnny. He won't shut the fuck up about it. Matt won't shut up about this thing. Neither will fucking Marjorie. They're cunts. But these guys, these are all good guys. Go fuck yourself.
No, and I want to say, I'm being serious though. Like, have any of you or seen any recent videos of what's going on over there?
Nope.
I haven't, because I saw him for a good little while. I was seeing the drone strikes one and shit too, where guys were running around tanks and getting hit. I saw a lot of those, and I haven't seen shit. I'm even on some good Telegram fucking ones that show shit over there, and I haven't seen shit lately.
Yeah, it's just wag the dog. That's all it is. It's just they're making up stuff. It's a money laundering scheme, and it's ridiculous. Oh, what is this?
Do you think maybe they're not showing anything because the Azov battalion? Like, I'm just I'm wondering.
The Azov battalion? What is there? Hold on. Oh, hold on. There you go.
Yeah.
I will plague him. If he dies, he dies.
Oh, I don't know if you guys had seen this TikTok video, but shout out to Red Pill Patriot, I believe. That's her. I just took this video because somewhere in this art in this title 8, it says also too that as a matter of fact, we're going back to illegal immigrants now. So
that was the original show.
Yeah.
Sorry, when we get on, it's just ADD radio.
No, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it.
Man, you good, bro. You good. No worries. Yeah, so basically Biden is keeping these numbers down by basically what he's reporting on. This is how Biden's keeping the numbers down. Here, let's check this out.
All right.
This is called Law and Border, by the way, on Real America's News.
What's it called?
Law and Border.
Oh, okay.
Law and Border.
Yeah, on Real America's Voice News.
Me and Senpai, we did an off label, and on Rumble we broke down. We watched the video from Muckraker, where the two brothers went from, I believe it was like Venezuela, all the way up to Mexico, and they showed everything that they went through and everything like that. You could either take a long pass, which was more money, or a short pass that was less money, but you had women, children. Like, this was like a 4 or 5 day trek in mud and all this stuff. And when they got to a certain area, it was like a fucking a marathon. They had the UN, Doctors Without Borders, and they had maps. They were giving out maps of legal ports of entry, but it was showing the whole border between Mexico and America. And they were helping these people get to the border. And it's like, you have the UN, Doctors Without Borders, and all these people, all these national, these international organizations helping out. And we fund all this. Why do you think the whole world gets mad when we drop out of things? Is because we're the ones funding all this. We're the ones who give the most money. And if they couldn't do it, then and another thing is, like, I don't understand. I mean, if somebody could help me understand, I'd love to. America is so racist. Why are people still coming here?
Right.
If we're the most racist country, we're the most hated country in the world, why are people still coming here? Is it because you're allowed to burn the American flag in protest? Is it because you're allowed to fly the flag of another country at an American dealership to show solidarity? Because that happened. I believe it's Tennessee. There's a car dealership that's flying the American flag, and I believe it's the Palestinian flag to show solidarity with Palestine, and a huge flag as it is. It's as big as the American flag that they fly. So, like, I don't understand. If we're so racist, why come? Why come? Stay in your country. It just makes no
It doesn't make any fucking sense. No.
Yeah, so this is of course not playing because TikTok is
Yeah.
a bunch of bitches. But anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably gonna
But-
take it down pretty soon.
It's being deleted. We have a
Right.
yeah, yeah. So basically, what the dude's saying is that somewhere down in South America, they're building. The United States are building these so-called freedom centers to basically to where they're giving the immigrants, the legal immigrants, they're actually giving them visas and putting them on a plane, and also on top of that, asking them who are they voting for.
Oh shit.
So yeah, so therefore they don't even need they just got to actually give them their fingerprint, et cetera, and then put them on a plane and fly them.
Well, and that's fucked up to even ask them who they're voting for. They can't vote.
They can't
Right.
answer that question though either.
They
From
can't
the
when they get their
title.
driver's license.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, here you
Wow,
go.
man.
Yeah.
Well, isn't
We're
it in like New York and some other cities that are trying to get illegals to vote
Yes.
Yeah,
just
that-
for
But only
local
that's at the state
races?
level. Yeah, that'll be at
Yeah.
the state level.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
then we see then what happens with that is you become an Ilhan Omar. You start with the local, and then you just keep going up. Then the next thing
marry
you
your
know,
brother.
you're yeah, and then you fuck your brother. Yeah, exactly. And you marry him, and you have
Yeah.
retarded children, and and they come out like mongoloids, and they all look the same.
And then they get arrested in Colombia and don't know why.
Yeah.
She actually tried to tell people she was homeless and poor. Her daughter, Ilhan Omar's
Yeah.
daughter,
Jeez.
said she was homeless and poor. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, but
Tell her to
yeah,
bring her brother.
yeah. I mean, I don't think she has a
Yeah,
brother. I
that'll
think it was
change
just 3
things.
sisters. I think she just got blessed with 3 sisters, but you
Hey,
know.
it's 2024.
Right. Scissor me timbers.
You can actually get one put on now by the taxpayer dollar. You're welcome. Thanks to your mom. But our political system is gross and disgusting. It is.
Yeah.
It really is. And if you think that it's helping you out, I don't care what side you're on. If you think all these social programs are a good idea, if you think these congressmen and senators are standing up for, they're on the right, so they don't. They don't. They got taken to the back room like Mike Johnson. They got showed the video of what they did to Kennedy, and they go, if you don't vote and do what we tell you to do, you're going to get the same treatment.
Exactly.
Do you hear that's one thing, speaking of Kennedy video, that's one thing that I guess Trump is, even though he actually kicked it down the road, which I'm going to have to give him some shit for that. He says if he gets in, he wants to release everything about the Kennedy shit, which cool. Good. Do it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, there was Judge Napolitano was on someone's show. I don't remember who it was, but he was talking about how Trump had said to him that the reason why he didn't release the JFK thing is because if people knew everything, it was just insane. And he said,
Mhm.
but one day I'll let everyone know, or something like that.
Yeah, well, he should have released everything from fucking COVID before he left office, but
Thank you.
here we are.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to vote for the man. I don't agree with everything he does or everything he
Right.
says, but I'm sick and tired of
Mhm.
being lied to constantly. And if you think his lies are bad, if you
I'm probably
actually
especially going to vote. Like I voted for him before, and I like a lot of shit he did, and then there's a bunch of shit he did that I also didn't like. But look, I'm going to vote for him now just to say fuck you. to
I voted for
everybody else.
I voted for him to fuck the establishment, period, from the beginning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Stop. Unfortunately, if you tell me something's bad, I'm going to look into it but they don't want you to do that. I'm going to look into it and make my own decision and go, hey, fuck it. I didn't want another Clinton. I didn't want another Bush. I didn't want another. They're generations and generations of politicians. I don't even want another fucking Kennedy. Like,
Right.
I'm sick and tired
Yeah.
of these generations of people. Joe Biden's been there since he was 20-something years old.
Mm.
For what? Why? None of these people own their own businesses. None of these people have done anything but work for the
Davey,
government.
the ills of the country are
The
all
whos?
on the back of the ills of the country is all because of Donald Trump, who was in politics for like 10 years.
4 years. Well, yeah,
Well.
by now. Yeah. And the whole nation
Well, he
came
was
crumbling down.
he did exploratory shit in 2008 with the
Right.
with the Reform Party.
Mhm.
It's just And I love the fact that people will sit there and tell you one thing and then go, "Hey, didn't you say this other thing?" Like I have a video of the Young Turks where they were saying that, yeah, stupid fat Shank will sit there and go, "Oh yeah, it's like it came from a lab in Wuhan. Yeah, no, it came from a wet market." Fast forward 2024. Yeah, it seems like it did come out of a lab in Wuhan, and I thought about that, a lot. I've said that for a while. Fuck you, like you want to sit there and what is it? Not Manchurian Candidate people, Mandela effect people in real time is what they're trying to do.
Oh yeah,
And
well
you've
that's
got
the same thing with them saying, "Oh, we never said it was 100% effective." We did all that type of shit.
Dude, I would.
We're getting Josh kicked off of YouTube. You know this, right?
I hope he's on Rumble.
I was thinking about that, and I was like,
I try not to be violent. I try not to get into violent situations. But the one person I would definitely punch in the face is someone who sat there and said, "Oh, nobody ever said that if you got the jab, that you needed to get the jab to go to work or do anything." And I'm like, "Are you fucking out of your mind?"
Right.
They said it for months.
Yeah.
Let's get the jab. Everybody get jabs so we can go back to normal. Oh, normal. Let's go back to normal. Let's go back to normal. And then when everybody started to see this farce, and then they went, "Oh, then everybody's buying it." They're like, "Well, maybe we can't go back to normal. Blame the people who are gonna die in a couple months. We're still here, you old fuck. All of us."
And I've had it twice.
So have I. I had the first original strand before anybody knew what it was.
Yeah.
And I
no
survived.
smell, no taste. That was a trip. But
I had like that weird.
If I was going to die
yeah.
from COVID, it's because I was going to burn my house down because I was cooking, forgot about it, couldn't smell shit, and then they were smoking my house. That was the only way I was going to die from COVID.
I'm glad I ate paint chips as a kid. I didn't have it so bad.
and the thing that gets me is that if people were so worried about COVID, I mean, you have the smokers that were smoking like chimneys. They were buying freaking. I worked at a convenience store, freaking buying cartons by the buttloads.
Do you remember that it was either the CDC or the WHO came out and said that smokers were less susceptible to catching COVID. Smokers and vapors, they were not going to catch COVID. They were not going to die from it. So everybody was like, "Fuck it, I'm just going to keep smoking."
Oh yeah, I know. I was a
thought
smoker at the
quitting in
time
2020.
too, and
That
I
was going to be my New Year's resolution.
Smoke them if you got them.
Well, I was actually a statistic of that because I got divorced during COVID. I got divorced, and I was a statistic during it because we were drinking and eating and it was bad. I'm like, yeah, we got to stop this and we can't keep doing this. Like we were trying for a child at the time, and I'm like, listen, we're trying for a child. We can't keep doing this. Can't keep. And she was just like, I can't stop. And I'm like, dude, we're gonna die. Like we're literally gonna drink ourselves to death. Like we can't keep doing this. And then we were getting into arguments and stuff like that. But like that was the thing. Like you were telling people it's okay to drink and smoke and eat and do everything that you're not supposed. They were giving away free burgers for a shot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But go outside, exercise, go grow your own fruit. That's not allowed.
Vitamin C. You weren't taking vitamins was like at some point looked frowned upon, and you're just like, wait, what?
No vitamin C, no vitamin D. Don't go outside in the sun. Don't go out and on a hike, or if you're going on a hike, my favorite deal, I swear to God, and I wish more people died from it, was people who wore masks while swimming. I really wish more people died from it. And we kind of had touched on this last night. The government just takes away people's ability to fuck up.
Yeah.
Like they are taking away your ability to fuck up because they want that power over you. Like if somebody wants to eat their self to death, let them. If somebody wants to take medication and do drugs till they die, let them. That's their own personal choice. But the fact that the government's telling you don't do this, don't do that, you're not allowed to do. I've totally turned the corner on drugs. To be honest with you, let everybody do everything. Let everybody do everything. Let them smoke crack. Let them bang heroin. Whatever you want to do, go ahead. If you want to kill yourself that way, by all means, kill yourself.
Yeah.
In Canada, all you have to do is say you're depressed, and they will let you kill yourself legally. But like, if I'm going out on a high, baby. I'm going out high as a kite.
So we're gonna okay, real quick. Migrants rally at City Hall for better quality of life. I don't know if you guys saw the video yet. Here we go.
Life, saying they want to be put to work, but it's been difficult to cut through all the red tape. CBS News' John Diaz joins us live from City Hall with more on this. John?
Yo, Chris, good afternoon to you. And now this group
Did he
started
say,
to form
"Hey,
about
yo"?
9:30
Yeah.
this morning. They all came down here to the park at 9:30 this morning. Yo, Chris, good afternoon to you. And now, yo, Chris, good afternoon to you. And now this group started to form about
This is where we are,
morning.
ladies
They
and gentlemen.
all came down
That's
here
New
to the
York.
park right
News
behind
reporters that just
City
go,
Hall. And
"Hey,
as you can see
yo."
right here behind me, hundreds came out here as we
Nah,
pan, and we'll show you all the people
Josh, you
out
gotta send
here.
me
And
that.
some of them already
Oh, will
left,
do,
but
sir.
all of
Will
them
do.
out here protesting the
This
city
time,
and
this
how
time.
they say it's handling
Yeah.
migrants coming from countries like Haiti, Guinea, Senegal, and others. Now, they plan this rally today because New York City Council committees on immigration and hospitals are hosting an oversight hearing. They wanted to hear about the experiences new migrants from African countries are having in the city, looking to understand things like how the administration is addressing language access barriers, health needs, and other roadblocks that growing number of newcomers say that they're dealing with. Many of them saying that two of the biggest issues are housing, how they only get temporary shelters, they then get kicked out and have no place to go. And they also say they're unable to work since they don't have working permits, asking the city to streamline the process so they can get to work.
Find solution for all African community. They are young guys. Look at them. They are 19 years, 20.
Welcome to America, sir. Welcome to America.
I got the perfect solution. You could call it a two-state solution between America and Africa. Go the fuck home.
Exactly. Yeah.
A two-state solution.
Yeah, you could call it a two-state solution.
20 years old. So they are ready to work. But we need to get better condition for these guys.
I'm very upset about it because I was not thinking it would be like this because lack of shelter, lack of many things, let me say, lack of job.
I can't
And a lot of
fault
look back-
many of these people though because they were
Out here in the
told
park,
a
as you
bunch
just heard
of
them
false
talk, these are a lot of
goods
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
about what was going to happen to them when they came over here.
Yeah, you're not
Like,
wrong.
stupid
They were sold.
NGOs and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
flyers and all these cities and stuff all over the world talking about, oh, if you come over here, you'll be provided this, that, and the third. Like,
Oh, they were definitely fed a bunch of bullshit to get over here.
Yeah, they were fed that you would get your 40 acres in them.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You had to have been an American slave.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well,
Not
listen,
an African
listen.
immigrant.
You'd have to be a slave in America, but you'd have to give your 23andMe up so they can have your DNA, so they can do deep dives into how many people. I mean, I love it. I love it when people are just like, I'm a descendant of slaves. And then they come back on those shows and they go, your grandfather was actually a slave master. And they're like, huh?
Like, son of a.
Wasn't that
And you were a descendant of this and that. And he was the 312th slave owner, a black slave owner, actually, the 312th black slave owner in Mississippi. So, yeah, you're a descendant of a slave master. And they're like, still, everybody deserves reparations.
Yeah.
Oh, what was it that?
Sonny Holston or someone
Yes. Yep.
from The View.
Yep.
That
Yeah.
happened too?
Yeah, it was something like that because they told her that she would, like, her descendant came over like on the the Mayflower, like
The
along
Mayflower.
with Christopher Columbus and shit.
Yeah.
She was like, I can't believe this.
Well, it makes sense. All those slave masters are fucking all those black girls. So of course I'm sorry, madam, but you are you have no rights anymore to that $9.1 million that they were going to give you. I'm sorry.
Is that because she's a slave owner or part white?
Could you listen? I'm sorry, but people who are like part white just have to argue with themselves, and I'd love to see.
Right.
You're
Have
holding me down. No, you're holding me down. No, stop robbing me. No, stop holding me being an oppressor.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the show on HBO, The Watchmen?
No.
At all? All right. Well, I've only watched like 2 episodes. Okay, so this isn't. There's a part in there though, where it's like in the future, what have you, and the main character, she goes into this facility and it's talking about like, the history of slavery or what have you. And what they do is they prick her finger at like this kiosk or whatever. And it like goes through her lineage and like shows her like what her family was and where they came from. And I was like, I wonder if that's something that they're gonna do in the future.
Right. I wouldn't be surprised.
But that's like what you got with like 23andMe. I just thought it was kind of cool. I don't know. You have to watch it to see it. I'm not a good explainer.
Well, I mean, it goes along with the implants that they want to put in people, and people are like, "Yay, implants! Yay, just put a chip in me. Like I could just walk up to the thing and just pay for
Bunch
it."
of fucking retards. That place, like this gas
has been doing that like for years.
Well, it's like
now.
this fucking gas station by me. They have it's not by weight, it's a recognition one to where like you can put your items on there and it scans top down and it reads it. Well, I refuse to use it, and like I've had some people ask me why, like I'm like, because you're feeding recognition technology.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you think this is? Like, do you think they're just gonna? Oh, this is just willy nilly just for this? No, bitch. this is the beginning test.
Or how about Whole Foods? When you go to Whole Foods, they do Palm Pay.
Yeah,
you can pay with your palm.
Yeah.
Every time I walk in there, I said, "Fuck that!" in front of the cashier and everything. I'm like, no, that's
Dude,
fuck that.
I was in line one day, and the dude next to me was trying to use that thing. He's like, "This ain't working." I was like, "Man, fuck the robots. Don't let them win. Fuck Skynet." He just started crying. I was like, "Hey, that's how I feel, man."
So I finally got this thing to play, guys. So real quick, and then we'll just go ahead and end it there. So
okay,
we had that almost good remark. So let me say, here we go.
Senegal, okay. ¿De dónde son? Ecuador? Venezuela. It's our first day. We helicoptered into Caña Blanca, and I just realized something. So Joe Biden, think about this, Oscar. Joe Biden and the Democrats are pretending like the numbers are going down at our southern border. We're here in the jungle. The numbers are massive every single day. It's nonstop. When we first started coming here, you'd see 1 or 2 groups a day. Now it's just continuous. But what we just got word, I got a call from Todd Bensman from Center for Immigration Studies.
with him.
We just got word that these facilities that we uncovered here out here in the jungle, 15-acre facilities, they're calling them mobility centers. And what they're doing in these facilities, apparently, this is through the State Department, Secretary Blinken. And this, think about this, Oscar. We hadn't heard anything from Secretary Blinken this entire time until about a month ago. He started announcing these welcoming centers in America. So they started building these welcoming centers in America. At the same time, they're building these so-called mobility centers in Central America. From what Todd has gathered, these mobility centers are simply a way to create refugees. So all of these illegals that are coming through, they're all economic migrants. They're all fleeing their countries for a better life, which I totally get that, but it doesn't qualify for asylum in America. But if they can catch them on their way, they're actually using United Nations OIM to apply for them at these facilities to get them refugee status, so then they can fly them directly into our country and nobody sees it. So the numbers at the border go down, but the numbers that are going into our country go up. This is treason. It's treason. And so not only are they not fixing the border problem, they're looking in your face, they're laughing at the American people, saying how stupid you must be to even believe what we're saying, simply for an election year. That's what's happening. Joe Biden running for office, these open border Democrats, they don't want to fix the problem.
See, that's not
they
right.
Want more
that's
of
not
this.
true.
They want more of these, all of these Palestinians. They want more of the BLM and Antifa.
They're not doing it for an election. There's a bigger picture. So they're sending these people to Democratic cities, which gives these cities more Senate seats.
Yeah,
so who do you think they're going to vote for?
I mean,
yeah. So who do you think these people are going to vote for? They're going to vote for the people who gave them the free shit. So now
that's why he's saying toward the election.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. But it's he's saying they're just doing it for the election. But They're doing it for seats in Congress. They're doing it for for population, for federal funding and all that stuff. There's so much more than just the 2024 election they're doing it for.
Oh yeah, true. That's very true. Yeah.
So there's a huge picture. There's a lot bigger picture that people aren't looking at, because talking to more and more people that they don't know. Bless you. They don't know that.
That wasn't me this time.
They just
you're dead.
Yeah. There's a mute button on the microphone there, Josh.
Nice.
You hit the wrong button like me.
But yeah, there's a bigger picture to just letting them in other than just the 2024 election.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called this.
The 2030
Agenda 2030.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it because I'm trying to find specifically where it's at in here, because I remember reading it when we did our.
She's got enough bookmarks in there. Trust me, she has it all bookmarked.
I have it all underlined and shit. I do.
It's like a deck of cards of bookmarks. Like, got them.
Well, yeah.
I woke. Listen. One of the reasons I woke up one day and I'm like, we don't like to. Mama J, hey Biz, ask Mama J if she wants to be on our show. We don't study for shit. Mama J loves this stuff. Hey, Mama J, you want to be on the show? You want a third of it? Come on.
Well, so it talks about in here, what is it, like providing universal access to safe and inclusive green public spaces, yada yada, for women, children. They want about urbanizing about urbanizing the suburbs, and that's something that Joe Biden and Cory Booker talked about back in 2018 2019 during the election cycle. But there's something in here talking about how what the agenda wants to do is basically level the playing field when it comes to like the population of places. From what it seemed to me in reading this, they want to get everybody out from very mineral rich areas and put them in places that are not, so they can just urbanize everywhere and have these desolate areas and call it like, oh, well, it's biodiversity. We need to help with the biodiversity of this area.
Yeah, we need all you out so we can take this over and just use it for minerals and blah blah blah. And yeah.
And then make us be a part of like Ready Player One. And it's like all the stories that you heard between, 1984, Ready Player One, Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit 451, Judge Dredd, when they just
Judge Dredd
gets like in Judge Dredd where they just block off an entire city and everything else is just desolate land, like desert and stuff like that. They'll just they'll make everybody.
I'm just ready to start wiping my ass with 3 seashells.
Listen,
yes. Well, you'll have Taco.
3 seashells.
Well, I mean, but look, you'll have Taco Bell, so really all you need is like 1 seashell and a little bit of water because they're not solid shits.
Dude, when I saw that Taco Bell had a Canteria or whatever they wanted to call it, and they started to have wine there, I went, "Holy shit!" The cantina. I was like, "We're starting to get to Demolition Man. We really are." You can't say certain words, or else you get kicked off certain platforms, or you get fined. They don't want you to call people certain things. Oh my god! Everybody just is gay. Holy shit! That's where we're going.
I'm sorry, but people really do need to read like Agenda 2030. It's literally like 40 pages long. I mean, it's not that bad. Agenda 20. No, January 2020. Oh, 21. Agenda 21. Its predecessor is like 356 pages. I still haven't gotten through all of it, but it goes on. It like kind of piggybacks off of it, but it's interesting reading through it, and you can see the different things in different governments around the world, like implementing these different goals. Like I remember there was an article back in, I think it was like 2021 or 2021 or 2020 about like how they want to finance the goals is like is having their global partners, that other people like the richer countries, or as they call member states of the UN, give up like 20% of their GDP or their or their gross national income. And then there was an article that came out during COVID. It was during COVID because everything was shut down, and Britain had decided to reduce the amount of money that I was going to give to the new UN from the 0.2% to 0.07% or something. And then Bill Gates and some other rich people got all pissed off about it, calling them selfish for wanting to keep the money for their own citizens. I have to find this article because I'm not lying. I swear to God. Hold on.
I bet
they
you're
want
not.
more of this.
No, go ahead.
Good.
That is insane, man.
It's a loophole.
It's treason.
It's a loophole that they have created, like the fake families.
Every time it's like this.
Every time.
It was CBP1.
Exactly.
It was the fake families, El Otro Lado doing the fake families, doing this immigration fraud, and then they got caught doing that, so they stopped doing that. Then you had massive groups coming over, Secretary Marcus, Joe Biden, Secretary Blinken. Oh, we got to do CBP1. They do CBP1. They send them across our ports. Oh, look, it's not so bad out in the borders. They're not crossing illegally. That increases. Now what do? Now we do these refugee.
Well, they have to go to the epicenter
Wow.
so they can process them, so they can actually be a refugee and asylee. So when they get to every port of entry from Central America and South America, they will be categorized now as refugee and asylee. So in that particular case,
So they're right in.
They're registered.
They come
It is
right in.
into every port, into every border. They will be refugees.
They don't even have to go to the
That
ports.
the direct
They
access.
can fly directly
Exactly.
into our
That
country.
direct access will be to the United States of America. So they just created a massive loophole.
Yeah.
This is the reason why. Because Americans in the United States, they are waking up to know that the majority of the people that are coming in, they're not legitimate cases of asylum, they're economical migrants. So these guys already created a shield and a protection strategy for them to create a loophole for go around your system and your law to break your immigration law and basically go around it and fly directly by creating refugees in an epicenter, getting out of the Darien that they're supposed to be closed, but they don't want to close it. Because of that, the business continues. It is a humanitarian slavery business, weaponized migration to destroy borders, to destroy sovereign nations, and to continue with this because the replacement theory, Ben, and I don't want to say this, it is not
recolonization
a
of
theory
America.
anymore for all you leftist progressives
This
that you
is the
categorize
replacement.
me and him as a white supremacist, conspiracy theories, fear mongering, creating hysteria. It is not of that BS. It is a reality. What are you doing? You cannot fool the American people anymore, and you're trying to do it again.
This is breaking news, guys. This is breaking news. They are traitors to our country. And what this does, and it's like every single other policy they do, it just invites more. So now the word is going to spread around the world. You come into the Darien. Once you get through, you get to the mobility center. They reclassify you as a refugee. They reclassify you as a refugee, and they fly you directly. You get the red carpet into America.
How evil and how
And we've seen it.
demonic these people are.
We've seen it on. You've seen people on Twitter posting pictures of people coming from other countries with paperwork. Military age men with military backgrounds. If you don't think there's sleeper cells in the United States, once again, your head is buried so far up your ass, you are seeing your fucking dentures.
There's no way there isn't any here, especially with like the military age Chinese national males that have came through, and then let alone the amount of fucking terrorists on the watch list. So we probably have just let go by,
Yeah.
Yeah, man, no doubt. And also too, it's like if I mean the way I think is as if they didn't make these centers or whatever the case is, then they would have a bigger problem. Their deal is just try to keep the problem. The government deal is just to keep the problem down. So what are you talking about? There's no problem.
Meanwhile, they won't let reporters or senators or congressmen into hotels where they're housing these migrants. They're housing them in these. By the way, they're housing them in these $1 million hotels.
Yes.
Off the taxpayer dime because they're coming in and saying, "Hey, we will pay you get $200 a night for this room. The U.S. government will pay you $400 a night for this room." And I don't remember the last time the U.S. government actually made anything to get
To
money
have
to
money?
do that.
Yeah.
To do that. So where do you think the government gets its money? Oh, that's right. You, the
Yep.
American taxpayer.
Yeah, they're just trying to not admit that they have a problem. They created the problem. They have it. And what's their solution?
There is none.
Oh,
There
their
is none.
solution is just keep letting it go and keep making it happen. To be honest, is their
Yeah.
solution.
The final solution.
All right, guys. Well, we're at the 2 minute mark. Go ahead, Scott. Go ahead.
2 minutes, that's it. Let's go.
The 2 minute mark. This has been a long 2 minutes, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
This is what I usually tell a woman is like what 2 minutes is like, right?
And that's what she feels like. It's 2
Yeah, I know.
hours.
And it's just
Jesus, hurry up
That's
already.
the tip.
I can go for 2 hours. That was 2 minutes. Yeah, same difference. Same. Men math, women math. It's all the same.
What were we gonna say, Scott, earlier?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, guys, the way I like to end this podcast is
Mhm.
you
Rubbly.
guys know. Oh, no. Yeah. Hold on. Where it is?
Thanks for joining. Click.
Happy endings. There you go.
Yeah.
We like to end this podcast, Trig and I. So here we go. You guys remember this in Living Color skit here? Remember in Living Color back in the day?
Oh hell yeah. That show was awesome.
Yeah.
Gonna pump you up. Feel like a real woman.
Zero at the Milo.
Oh, no,
Oh
I'm sorry,
my
here we go.
God. I love this one.
Yeah.
An Africanus or B-boy, as they're known in the neighborhood.
Is he able to walk?
Oh, yes, he walks, but you see, these are new sneakers and they don't like to crease them.
I see. And what is he doing now?
This is what they call chillin', Alan.
Well, it is kind of cold in the studio today.
Oh, no, not that kind of chillin'. He's just relaxing and getting used to his environment.
I see.
Yo, just because you live in large with crazy bank and stupid wheels and I'm butt naked don't give you the right to dish. You know what I'm saying?
Pourquoi?
Well, theirs is a rapidly changing language, Alan. There's new terminology almost daily. But as of last Friday, what he said to you was, just because you're rich and he's poor doesn't give you the right to disrespect him.
Oh, boy.
I wouldn't say that around him. Pretends to agitate him. Yo, Calvin, man, cool out. The dude's just bugging.
I'll speak jive.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. She carried him out.
Remember when funny was funny? Remember?
Right.
You remember, right?
Oh, that was
the
great.
days.
Dude, that's why I'm buying all. I've got 2 seasons of In Living Color in DVD. I got this whole thing
Hell
is
yeah.
full of DVDs. I've got my room has a one of these. It's got 9 cubby holes, double stacked DVDs because they're just getting rid of funny shit and they're
Yep.
just getting rid of the offensive shit. And this is why we have the issues we have nowadays is because everybody has to be coddled and I say it all the time.
Yeah.
People look you haven't been punched in the face and got a participation trophy and it shows.
Yep.
And it's listen, I'm raising kids right now. I got another one on the way and
Congrats, bro.
thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah. The gender reveal will be tomorrow on TikTok and our Rumble page, just to let you know. But
There you
yeah. But yeah, it's scary. It's scary. But I mean, I have seen some things where this new generation of kids are kind of getting it. They're kind of getting it, and the men are coming back because some half our generation and the generation is just bitches. They're
Right.
all just fucking bitches.
All those ones before are nothing but. So we need to make it manly again. All right. God damn it.
Yeah.
Make men great again, damn it.
There
Yes.
you go.
Let's go.
There you go. That's a BPP merch right there.
There you go. Make men great again.
All right, guys. You guys want to plug in your socials real quick?
Business Party Podcast, YouTube, what do we have? Twitch is the same. Twitter, Biz Party Podcast. Then we have Rumble Business Party. And yeah, that's about it for me.
It's Business Party on Rumble, not
Yeah.
podcast. Business
Yeah, just
Party.
Business Party.
Yep.
You can find me also you can find me and Mama J on Sundays at the Weekend Hangover, where we talk about pop culture, we talk about documentaries, and we talk about relationships and kids and stuff like that. It's pretty fun doing that too. You could also find me at Off Label Podcast on Thursdays at 8:30, 9:30 Central. 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. Everything on Business Party we usually do at 8 Central.
Yep.
So Weekend Hangovers at 7, 8 Central. Business Party Podcast on Wednesday, 7, 8 Central, 7 Central, 8 Eastern.
Yeah.
You could find me at Troublemaker Davey on TikTok and Troublemaker Davey on Twitter, and all my links are in the bio and both of those.
Yeah,
You can find me at the Walking Trigger Warning.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, you can find me on X at Suburban Mama 1, Suburban Mama. That's the number 1. Find me there. And then with these jokers,
Idiots. You could say it, idiots.
Degenerates.
I was gonna say
We're all
ass
degenerates.
hats, but
That works.
too mean.
Reigns us in. That's
Yeah.
she's and I don't want to go. To be honest, I used to not like I used to watch podcasts and women were always, oh no, oh guys, you can't say it. She will come up and go, my husband and my son were talking about farts. And
Yeah,
you know,
she'll jump right in on it. I love it.
and she's like,
Yeah, you
He's
think
a
I'd say,
fat
"Oh my
fuck."
god, that's so horrible," and then I say something worse than you guys said.
and it's great. And it's
Mhm.
great. It's been such a ride. May 29th will be 2 years with me
Yes.
and Biz, and Mama J joined us 6 months. So Mama J's been a part of us for a year and a half. Me and Biz have been doing this for 2 years, and it's been so much fun.
Hell
It's
yeah.
been so much fun.
Send a Vart video to your husband. He'll thank you. I mean, it's got to be a Ripper 3000 though. You got to make it count. So you're probably going to have a dozen fart videos on your camera roll,
There you go.
but the right one will come along.
It will.
Okay, real quick, Drunken Senpai. Sorry, guys, family member. Hey,
Oh,
you
shit.
Hey,
good?
all good.
Hope
homie.
everything's okay.
Yeah, I hope everything's
Yeah,
good,
everything's
bro.
good.
Yeah, no doubt.
Josh, where are you? Triggered, where are you?
I'm right here. But you can find me on Spotify.
There you go.
You can find me on Spotify at the Walking Trigger Warning Podcast. Although I get raped a lot by Spotify, 8 episodes taken down. That's wonderful. YouTube, the same handle, the Walking Trigger Warning. I try to keep that as PG as possible because, well, it's boob tube,
Yeah.
So, and of course TikTok, Trigger Forever the Trigger. Yeah, and I've stepped away from my ways, but I'm coming back into it because I'm no longer in a relationship. So my heart's out the window, and I can be a motherfucker again.
There you go.
There you go.
That's how I am.
You always need one on the show.
Yes.
Hey, ladies, you heard that? You got Trigger and Biz single.
I think I'll probably end up staying away.
The problem is you gotta go to Gary, Indiana to be with Biz.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I fucked up both the trans community and the feminist community in one video, and
There you
I
go.
can't believe that I am still alive.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah, guys, and also, you know where to find me. I'm here, YouTube, Rumble, Live or Dead Podcast, Catch Trigger, and also with Trigger. Trigger's the co-host of Live or Dead Podcast. Go
Hell
check
yeah.
his podcast out. You know what? Follow everybody on here, audience, because they are good people, man. Good people.
Oh yeah.
They spit
Thanks
the
for having
truth.
us on, man.
Yeah,
Really
thanks.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank you.
You're
I'm
welcome.
I'm Puerto Rican, so I came in late. Like we always
No,
do.
you're white adjacent. If you
That's
heard what
true. I
heard
am
earlier-
white adjacent. I forgot about. You know, that's the second
You are,
time
and
I
I
said
am.
that today. This is the second time somebody called me white. I go, excuse me, I'm white adjacent. I'm Puerto Rican. Okay, get it right.
Well, I suggest we do this again.
Yes,
Hell yeah.
hell yeah.
I wish you guys should come on our podcast. It should come on. Business
Absolutely.
Let's
Absolutely.
Let's do
Let
this
me know.
shit.
Party. It'll be fun.
Fuck yeah.
I'm ready. I'm always ready.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Always ready to
Take
spit some
Viagra
shit
for
and anger some
But
people.
All the time.
That's my favorite thing to do. I get angry. I'll say the dumbest shit just to get people angry. Like I will literally put a video out and put in the comments, or it'll be hidden on the thing. Watch who gets mad. Like because it'll just be it's just to get you mad. Because if you get mad at it, you don't have a sense of humor. That you don't. I'm not a serious person. I don't take anything seriously. That's why a lot of my relationships didn't work. But I don't take things seriously, so I don't care. Like you could say whatever you want to me. I'm not. You try to go after my family. That's a different story. But you can say whatever you want to me. I've been called every single name in the book, so I really don't care. You know. So if you're angry, that's on you. That has nothing to do with me. You've been triggered.
And
all right.
There you go.
Cheers.
There you go.
Also,
The official
too, guys.
trigger warning shot glass.
Yeah, I'm
Hey.
also working
yeah.
on a Twitch account too.
Good.
I thought that was for gamers and half naked chicks.
No.
Well,
that's
it's
kick.
partially.
That's kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Twitch actually isn't too bad. I'll tell you what, Twitch's discoverability isn't too bad. They do have more talk shows and podcasts and shit, but their discoverability on there isn't too bad.
That's my wonderful woman. That's
There
my
you go.
baby. That's the baby maker right there.
Ask him all kinds of
Amanda?
stupid things.
That's your baby maker is Amanda?
That's the baby maker right there. That's my
All right.
wifey. That's
Oh, outstanding.
she makes it great.
Hello, it's Troublemaker.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
welcome, guys.
Yeah.
Make some more babies.
So on that note, we're gonna go ahead and end this podcast, guys. Thank you for watching.
Hell yeah.
Have a good night. And
Later on.
Cheers.
Later.